special orders is you will be provided with a recipe list and information on common allergens and how a menu can be modified to accommodate these guests. However, any dish that is not being altered in unexpected ways must be approved by a chef prior to being ordered. The best practice is to ask your guests about their dietary restrictions and preferences, then relay that information to the chef, who will create the appropriate modification or item for you to suggest to the guest. Otherwise, you risk disappointing a guest by serving a dish that is not what the guest had envisioned for themselves. Rule breaking, and when it's acceptable to do so. Never expect in those rare instances that when you recognize that by doing so. So, you wouldn't benefit the guest experience. However, it is never intentionally done for any other reason. Refolding the guest napkins, i.e., by when they step away from the table. Once the guest has begun to use their napkin, it becomes a personal item, so handling must be done with care and respect. Remember, this item touches the guest's lips and mouth. When you're refolding the napkin, use just your fingertips and handle it as few times as possible. Use a simple six-step 3-triangle method. Using your fingertips of your right hand, pick up the cotton napkin, by an exposed corner. Grab the opposite of the corner with your left fingertips. First triangle. Bring the two corners together, digging both corners in your right fingertips. Grab the opposite hem corners again with the left tips and bring these two corners together in your right fingertips. Do not grab the opposite corners, just keep in your right hand fingertips. Simply practice. Place it to the right of the gas cover. That's opposite their B&B plate. Done. Their bread and butter plate. By setting the dining room pre-shift, start by checking the alignment of all the tables in the dining room. See floor plan map. Each table should align with an architectural feature in the room, as defined on the map. Set each table by starting from the ground and work your way up. Check the floor under the surrounding the table. It should be clean and free of debris. Check each chair for dust and debris. You center them on the appropriate side of the table. Or for round tables, you would distribute them as evenly and systemically, ensuring that position 1 at the table is easily identifiable. This will also help align the individual cover settings. The tablecloth should be centered with the bottom cloth parallel to the top, parallel to the tabletop itself, and the cloth at 90 degrees off parallel, so the two cloths form an exquisite 8-point star. You set the appropriate glassware, flatware, and china as instructed, assuring that all items are clean, polished, spotless, and lint-free. Each setting on a table should look identical, consistently aligned and centered. Maintain table. The table is current whenever. Everything the guest will need before it is needed. And it is the definition of marked cleared is that nothing the guest no longer needs. Keep in mind that before it is needed, that refers to the imminent arrival of a food item, and nothing the guest no longer needs. Includes items marked for a guest, but which the guest chose to not use, i.e., a guest who eats a salad using only the fork and not the knife.